In Miami, two brothers gunned down in an apartment building, and tonight we are learning more details on what led up to the fatal gunfire.
According to police, these two brothers and their sister's boyfriend got into some sort of fight altercation before this double shooting. Those two men are dead, and that suspect is in jail.
Two brothers, Jahiem and Gianni Pierre, were shot and killed May 2nd. Audio from dispatch says a caller reported 6 shots fired and a woman reporting her brother was shot.
Miami, I made contact with a female, said that her brother shot on the second floor.
An arrest form says while detectives were investigating, a man approached and said, quote, "I'm the one. I have the firearm." Police arrested 31-year-old Antwan Carter, who they say had a gun in his pocket. The report says CCTV footage shows Carter yelling and banging on an apartment door. When it opens, quote, Carter then charged into the apartment as he reached into his front right pocket. Immediately after, several gunshots were heard.
Ooh, this is a tough one, folks. Gianni and Jahiem Pierre. Gianni is 28. Jahiem is 23. They're two brothers. They look just alike. They were just both unalived by their sister's boyfriend, who's 31. His name is Antwan Carter. So apparently the two were already in her home, talking to her and trying to protect her from a potential domestic violence situation. Antwan must have got word that they were there, and he showed up to the door pretending he wanted to reconcile. And then when they opened the door, he fired 6 times on both brothers. Now, as a man with sisters, and they're older than me, so the first thing you learn as a boy is that you got to protect the women in your family and protect your sisters at all costs. These two young men did that. They defended their sister with their lives, right? This guy showed up to the house with a gun. So at what point, and people are defending him, saying you should have called the police instead of calling your soft brothers. I see people saying stuff like that, but I mean, he's the one who had the gun. They were there to fight. You showed up with a gun. So you obviously were there to do something crazy to her. And they defended their sister with their lives. So we got to, at some point, hats off to these young men, right? We got to. Because they defended their sister's honor, man. And I would suggest people call the police. But when you that color, man, the police don't always do their job with the most prestige. They don't always do their job, right? So a lot of times in our community, we got to handle the law in our own hands sometime, or, anything can happen. Now, this guy goes to court, and it kills me always how guys are such gangsters, and they so bad and so hard and but then they stand up in front of a white, to our own people. But then they stand up in front of a white person or a white man or a little bitty white cop, and they just turn into like the most docile, meek and mild, weak person ever. Take a look at this.
Good morning, Mr. Carter. You were arrested for 2 counts of first-degree murder. This is a capital offense if you're found guilty.
Will be invoking his right to counsel and right to remain silent.
All right, his mother's in court. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
There's probable cause for the charges. It looks like you shot and killed a girlfriend's 2 brothers. I'm going to grant the state's motion for pretrial detention pending final hearing and hold you with no bond. You will see a judge tomorrow. That judge will set a final hearing on the state's motion for pretrial detention.
Weak as hell. That's weak as hell, man. You could, maybe. Good morning. He the biggest, baddest dude in the world with that gun in his hand, but a little bitty old white woman got him up there. And that's what I hate. I hate how people are only gangster and so hard towards other black people. Okay, that means that you're a bully. That don't mean you're a gangster if you pick and choose who you are hard and gangster and a criminal against. That means you're just a bully. You're weak. And that's the same thing I mean about him. That guy showed up with a gun, and as soon as they opened the door, he shot both of them. Right? Bad as ever. But now he want to cry. looking down, can't look nobody in the eyes and like, oh my God, what happened? What happened to me? Hey man, give him 100 years. And you saw they said pretrial detention too. But see, if that was against his own people, he would have had all kind of rebuttals. He would have felt comfortable to say all kind of stuff, right? If it was a black judge, he would have had a different type of demeanor. But in there, he was a meek, mild, weak little punk, if you ask me. But rest in peace to those two guys, Jahiem and Gianni. I respect you for defending your sister. I wish you guys were war ready, because some people in our community, I'm sorry, you got to put them to sleep. And that goes for all community. Some people you can't reconcile with them shaking hands and speaking and trying to hash things out eloquently. Sometimes you got to put them on the floor. Shout out to Lotto. But rest in peace to those two young men. And I'll see y'all in the next video. It's AG with Hype Media, TBG Media. I'm out. Love you.